appointed by DeSantis. He's the attorney from the judicial review panel that resigned yesterday over this raid. Also, the judge that issued the warrant was appointed by DeSantis less than a month ago.
Yeah,
and he's a civil judge. He's not even a criminal court judge. So that's interesting.
Yeah, this seems super illegal pants.
Yeah, it does. Oh, we're on. Thanks for giving me the heads up. So I didn't say bad things about Rob Houston while he was on listening. So
it's fun.
Morning, Rob.
I actually clicked the button and then promptly forgot that I had done it. I'm like over here, like, should we play this alien video or? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Hashtag Coffee. Yeah, we did a couple minutes of show prep just now. Are we not benevolent? I have stories about aliens that I want so bad to be true that I'm going to debunk the fuck out of them because that's
I
how
want to believe. Yeah,
I want to believe. Therefore, I will crush them, which is sad. But it's interesting. It's interesting. It's a good story. Got my attention.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Anyway, so we'll talk about that a little bit. Greg brought up some stuff about what was her name again?
Rebecca Jones,
the information lady that, everybody, Chris Hayes, everybody I know who cites the information about COVID tracking does it from the COVID tracking website, which is her brainchild after she got fired for checks notes telling the truth and not agreeing to basically just rat fuck the data to make things look better in Florida.
Right. And the reason that they issued the warrant is also suspicious. So we're going to talk about that. But first, we're going to suspicious.
Like I don't fucking know.
Species.
Cool
humans are the only intelligent life in the universe would be speciesist,
or that we're the only intelligent
on Earth.
On Earth, yeah, which is highly debatable.
Yeah. We should probably play the theme song now.
I do want to. Jensen Neil deGrasse Tyson went on a TikTok saying he absolutely believes in aliens. So there you have it. Statistically, there has to be other life in the universe. That just is a thing that is real. Like, you can't have this much universe and what we see from all the spectrographs from all the stars being this much, pervasive chemical ingredients for life and not randomly get bacteria everywhere. And if you have bacteria, why wouldn't you have everything else? Anyway, so yeah, no, he's right. It's just like, are they here though? Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna play the theme song. We haven't said anything funny yet, but sometimes that's gonna happen.
Speak for yourself, buddy.
Oh, Greg said something funny, and it was so funny I forgot to laugh.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is where we click the button.
We're back. A musical interlude.
Hello, puppy. Oh, hello.
Rhodey.
I am, this is pretty cheesy, but I'm really grateful for Squadrons in VR. It's like you're in a cockpit, in an X-Wing, flying around, and it feels like you're flying around.
Nice.
Yeah,
I want to see other combat flight simulators in VR because that was always a dream for us.
I think you would dig it.
Yeah. The idea of having to hit a key to see what's behind you and it's in front of you. Like in a real aircraft, you do a lot of this.
I wondered how much I would use it. Like I would never use. Because even in Squadrons for Xbox, like you can click your stick down and look around or whatever. You're never going to use that. If you're in a dogfight, you're not going to be like, click, look around. Oh, you're dead already. right?
Yeah.
But in this, the second you start doing it like an inverted dive or like getting into a spin war or whatever, like I have that much more screen that I can see them, and if somebody's just on a TV, they can't, right? So I'm really slow, so it also gives me just a couple more. It's just really good, and they have like dead, like big, like freaking spaceships that are like broken, and there's holes and stuff. So you're flying really fast, and then you're like, whoa. That's the noise it makes too.
Yeah.
Rhodey's like, what the fuck is going on? Anyway,
all right. So good morning, everybody.
that.
Welcome to Hashtag Coffee. Corey's grateful for VR games. Yeah. I can dig it.
That's my current rodeo.
I am grateful. I'm still grateful for my new home. I got to tell you, I'm sleeping like a baby. My room is nice and quiet and dark, and I slept for 8 hours last night, which is unusual for me. So yeah, enjoying the peace and comfort of our new home, which is still a cluttered mess, as you can see by looking behind me off camera there. I'm way more tired than I expected to be, and so I move stuff around for 20 minutes, and then I have to sit down for a while. So it's just going to take some time to dig out of the clutter before we're really fully settled. So yeah.
Holly, grateful for Space Force to meet aliens with donuts and coffee. It was even cold down here. It was like in the 50s down here.
Oh my God, it was 39 here this morning. First,
I'd like to. Yeah, we were actually talking about my mom and my niece who were up in Canada. That's a whole thing.
Oh, excellent. Mary Ellen, she has to roll. She's got things to do, but she is doing a Christmas giveaway this year. If you know families that are in need, send them her way. If you have donations, we stop accepting tomorrow. It would be helpful, Mary Ellen, if you'd say what are the donations you are most interested in getting. So we'll see if we can get that done for you. I don't know. Aliens are real like Sasquatch. Well, there are people that try to connect the two, right? That say Sasquatches are related to sightings of UFOs, which is like that breaks my credulity line right away.
But chickens. Everyone knows Sasquatch eats chicken.
No, Sasquatch loves chickens.
Oh,
like
wait.
as friends and pets.
Oh.
That was what we decided that night out at Great Spirit Club. Yeah, right. Not that they eat chickens, but that they befriend the chicken. They come visit your chickens because they're friendly.
My bad. You're right.
Yeah.
What is Mopop? Corielco, I'm thankful for Mopop, Alice in Chains. I've been watching videos from it this morning. It's cool to see places in Seattle I've been.
Was Mopop maybe a documentary about Alice in Chains?
Or like a venue or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, Mary Ellen said, as far as the donations, used toys, linens, towels, any household goods are accepted, cleaned, and given away. The chickens, everyone knows that we did 350 kids last year. We hope to do more of that this year. David Holm has contacted us also for help, so donations are a big help.
Nice. Thank you, Fred. Fred is grateful for all the friends who've been so kind and supportive during this bizarre time. Yup. Let's see. What else? Grateful for the chilly mornings and hot coffee. Hey, hallelujah. Sat out back, watch. I put out bird feeders, and I've attracted a pair of squirrels. So sitting out and watching squirrely hijinks while drinking coffee is like, that's a pretty good morning right there. I've been very much enjoying that. I don't care if the squirrels eat all of my bird seed. It's fine. It's cheap, and we can get more.
This is the probably the most important question that has been discussed on Hashtag Coffee in a great long time.
Yes.
Did it bother anyone else that in the movie Independence Day, everyone made fun of Russell K for saying he was abducted by aliens in the middle of a friggin' alien invasion?
Well, I think what bothers me the most about that is that Randy Quaid has turned out to be absolutely every bit as crazy as the character in that movie.
Yeah, that's true. That's sad.
In a negative way, but
little method acting gone too far kind of situation.
Yeah, that's interesting. Good point.
Mm.
Hadn't he also been a former fighter pilot that was drummed out of the military for having seen aliens, and now
Is that a
yes,
real thing?
government-
I didn't know that.
if I
What's
remember
really
the
sad?
character
I almost don't
arc,
even want to bring this up.
yeah, because
but-
remember he ended up flying one of the F-18s that shot down the spacecraft. So
Yeah, in a movie, dude.
in the movie, his character had been, I think, kicked out of the Navy because he reported
saying got abducted. Yeah, welcome. Thank you for catching up. That was all in the first comment.
Yeah,
dude.
and now, no, I'm making a real world parallel here. Now we have the Defense Department releasing video shot by F-18 pilots who are seeing aliens over the.
My bad. Yes.
Yeah.
Mea culpa.
Now who's not caught up now?
Yeah, me. Clearly me. That's I ran straight face first into that one.
That's all right.
Mopop is a museum of pop art, mostly music. They're honoring Alice in Chains. A bunch of folks did covers. That's cool.
Nice.
I also love covering Alice in Chains. The one song that I am capable of covering. Good stuff. He's fun.
You're bringing the good stuff here. If everything tastes like chicken, the chickens are evolved dinosaurs. Shouldn't everything taste like dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that checks out. It's dinosaurs all the way down until you get smaller.
Has anybody noticed that the mood has mellowed in this room?
Yeah.
Yes, we have. Holly, welcome. Glad to see you this morning. And yes, we're aware.
I mean, we do.
There's
and again,
a lot of heinous shit going on.
Exactly.
But at least it feels like I had this conversation last night where he's still fucking things up and issuing executive orders that are heinous. That's true. He's got 43 days left to do that. It's over. Yesterday was Safe Harbor Day.
Yeah.
Biden won Georgia again yesterday. I don't know if my liver can take all this winning, but
yeah. So I mean, the thing that goes to the Supreme Court, if I'm not mistaken, was and I can't remember if it was the Texas AG thing that went to the Supreme Court or not. I think it might have.
Not yet.
Oh, it hasn't yet? Okay, well, one of these things, they're all just like throwing them at the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court sent a one-line response.
Yes, we received it, and no, we're not.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
More, I'm paraphrasing slightly. But the Texas AG thing is incredible. Like that guy's farming for a pardon all day. And it's
my God.
It's so pathetic. But yeah, like all Supreme Court justices are like, yeah, go fuck yourself. This is an election. It's not rocket science, you dumb bastard. So that to me, like that's what we were worried about, and it's so feckless that it's just like, okay, well, I mean, he's gonna keep doing it and just become less and less relevant. It seems like, hopefully, that trend will continue, which is really awesome. Yep. I had one other thought, but it sort of disappeared on me.
Let's see. Yeah, I have a related. I've been saving. I've been saving memes that I find that I think will be show relevant. I saved this one yesterday. Speaking of Supreme Court cases and court cases in general, when you order Sarah Palin from Wish.com.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I like that one.
Oh man, I remember now the one other thing that I wanted to chat about along the SCOTUS lines. One of the people that is being considered for AG is Merrick fucking Garland.
Yes, but also Doug Jones.
Yeah, I heard about that. And that honestly, and I didn't know really who Doug Jones was, but apparently storied career in civil rights in Alabama. I would almost rather
prosecuted and got guilty verdicts on the Birmingham church bombers that killed those little girls in the early. And 30 years later, he got them all prosecuted and convicted. So
right. So that's the thing. Like, do we want the guy they wanted to be dead center of the road who was nice to corporations, but like would be kind of judicious in Merrick Garland, or do you want a fucking warrior?
Right.
Yeah, the second one, please. I mean, like just nominating Merrick Garland, even just like talking about it, dropping or throwing that trial balloon, that's enough for me. I'm like, but yeah, I mean, that's, I agree with the sentiment that
did you freeze?
Biden's AG should not go after Trump. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Anyway, am I still here? Okay.
Yeah.
I was just saying that I agree that Biden shouldn't go after Biden's AG, and even independently shouldn't go after Trump.
Right.
unless they absolutely have to, which they might, right? Like that, the law's the law, yada yada. But leaving it to the states allows that wiggle room of just not ever making it even remotely look like all the bullshit he was saying about Biden getting targeted or Biden targeting him and his family, like that can just never allowed to be true. But at some point, like mobsters are like, oh, the FBI is targeting me and my family. Yeah. Like, yeah. At what point can we do that? Also, I think I should be messaging director for whoever the AG is. But like, yeah, of course we are. You fucking idiot. Can I maybe get that job?
I was talking to a guy who collects inappropriate Jesus memes. You should marry a guy who collects inappropriate Jesus memes. Just saying.
Wait, how did we get there?
Oh, just Kathy Brinkman. I posted a meme, and that's where it ended up.
All right.
So yeah, that this is the kind of story that reminds me he's not just a buffoon. He's fucking evil. Set 5 executions before he leaves, just trying to see how many people he can hurt before he leaves. True. That's sadism. That's sadistic.
I mean, that's that whole bully thing, right? Like he got bullied as a kid and all the rich people just ignored him because he's a fucking idiot. I've met that guy. And the fact that his dad was mean to him does not engender any sympathy for me.
Yeah. Fred, I would prefer we don't go after Trump on a federal level. I don't like the precedent.
Yeah,
It's just, but the problem with precedent is we've set a precedent now again, where the president can do anything he wants and have immunity, or do so with impunity, and those are not okay things. So I think if there's an investigation underway and it develops into something, that Biden should be very clear that he's not driving it. That it's the Justice Department's purview. And thank you. What's next on the agenda of saving the fucking world? Because that's my job.
Right. It can be a messaging thing. That's the thing. Like coming out every day and say like, this is the evidence. He's going to scream about it as much as he wants. Yeah. That's the thing. They should have gone after Nixon. That's the thing. Corey said, how did we go after Nixon? We didn't. We should have. Right? Because Nixon actually had like a little bit of a moral compass left. Right? So like when it was like the country or Nixon, he picked the country. Interestingly, right at the last second, and he, whatever, hammed up, whatever. Trump won't do that. He doesn't give a shit. And Trump is an idiot. I have been seeing this for years. He has written the map, the roadmap on how to cross the Rubicon. And the next person that does this will be twice as evil and 10 times as smart. And then it's done. So, not going after him with the federal AG, like I get it as long as was it Letitia James in New York? Goes after the entire family with a freaking rocket launcher, right? But yeah, we start playing some really scary games, and like I have mixed feelings about it myself. Where if he gets away with this, right? If he runs to 2024 and like wins and destroys more shit, or like spends the next however long just being able to spew nonsense with impunity when he should be in jail, when you or I would be in jail.
Right.
That's really dangerous.
Well, just him trying to pressure state election officials is enough. That if you and I did that, we would be facing charges. We'd be indicted. Julie, not only is he trying to conduct executions before he leaves, he's trying to reinstate firing squads for federal death penalty executions, because that just is an important thing that we should be thinking about right now.
You know what?
How are you any more dead? I like what? What
it is, Greg? I think it's like who benefits? Demagogues benefit.
Yeah.
When firing squads happen, the way that he's ramping up his psychos right now, firing squads are like the last bit. Come watch people die in the arena, and just so that we literally value human life at the absolute most tiny level possible. We all just get totally used to seeing the bad guy get shot, right? And then they'll do anything for him. I mean, they almost already would, right? But I feel like this comes right out of the fascist playbook.
Yeah, Elizabeth Wood, a friend called him bloodthirsty yesterday, and yes, he is. Okay, so I want to go back to the Nixon comparison for just a minute. Okay. There's a difference that I think is important to point out, and there's other stuff that I want to say. First, Nixon was replaced by Gerald Ford, a Republican. So it wouldn't have appeared that it was his political enemies going after him. It would have been his former vice president.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
so that's different in a way. Biden is in fact, in Trump's estimation, a political enemy. Although I don't think Biden would see himself as anybody's enemy in that regard, but a political opponent for sure. The other thing is Rachel Maddow has a new book coming out today. It's out today, and in fact, I think I'm going to get a copy of it. They made the podcast Bagman into a book. She co-wrote a book version of that podcast, which, by the way, if you have not listened to Bagman, it is compelling and interesting and funny. It is not what you would. It's not a boring blah 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 podcast. It has a lot of verve and a lot of drama in it. It's very good. But it's a book now. And one of the things that I remember from the podcast, and I heard she and Lawrence O'Donnell talking briefly about this last night. The thing about Bagman is it's about the vice president of the United States, Spiro Agnew. It had nothing to do with Watergate. It was a completely separate investigation about political crimes in Maryland, state of Maryland. It didn't even have anything to do with him as vice president. But what they developed was the information that Agnew was literally taking bags of cash in his Oval Office. He was collecting bribes as vice president. So it was on a parallel but separate track from Watergate. It wasn't the same investigation at all. And so the decision that we now have that says you can't prosecute a sitting president was narrowly decided, slapdash, haphazard, one-off. It wasn't designed to be a permanent policy because with both of them under investigation, if they'd both been impeached and removed from office, there would have been a severe constitutional crisis at a time when we were still in Vietnam. Right, we were still involved in an actual shooting war and the Cold War with the Soviet Union. So the need of the country then to not prosecute the president or vice president was different. What they basically decided, well, you can prosecute the vice president, but not the president. Right now, this time, because of what's happening now. So, like, we need to nail all this down into statute, and that's one of the things. I think it was Virginia Rupert that posted that further up thread. Right, all of these things that have been the norm need to be codified in law now. Like, we can't depend anymore on everybody doing what they're supposed to do because it's just good for democracy. So I just wanted to mention there's a couple of things about the Nixon analogy. There's not much that applies here because this is open criminality in the White House by White House staffers and by the president himself to enrich themselves. And what Nixon was doing was really to keep himself in the presidency. I don't think it compares. Somebody asked me, "Is this as bad as Nixon?" And I was like, "This is far worse than Richard Nixon."
Yeah.
So
do we do the Canadian one or the Israeli one?
Well, the Israeli one is more topical. More people are likely to have seen it.
It is more topical. That
Well,
feels
sure.
like something you should put on a rash.
Well, there have been a
Anyway.
rash of sightings.
What's that?
There have been a rash of.
No. No. Hold on. Let's watch this for fun. For fun and profit, minus the profit. All right. So.
What's going on there?
A former
Oh, no.
chief of the Israel
that?
Defense
There we
Ministry
go.
Space Directorate says that humans
Hold Israeli Space Directorate. Is that a thing that they have, Greg?
Sure, it was in Spaceballs.
I mean, I
They
would
don't
imagine they would
use
have
Spaceballs.
satellites at the wazoo, right? Like, it'd be crazy if they did.
I think they probably use ours.
I guess, eh? But, like, I guess this is the point, right? What is Israel doing having a fucking space directorate? I just started spitting all over the place. Anyway.
have been in contact with extraterrestrials from a, quote, galactic federation, and that President Trump is aware of this and was previously, quote, on the verge of revealing.
To the hill. I am very excited that you put a space station in this video. Again, I'm just understanding my own bias. Greg, you know this well. If there's a movie or show that has a spaceship in it, automatic 9. And then it can only go up from there.
revealing extraterrestrial existence. Haim Eshed made the revelation in an interview published in Israel's newspaper Friday in Hebrew, parts of which were published in English by the Jerusalem Post Tuesday.
So that's it. Unidentified flying objects have asked not to publish that they are here. Humanity is not ready yet. I mean, obviously. The guy's 87, so does that mean he's got dementia and he's just fucking saying shit for fun? Maybe. I like that, like, we're throwing the words Galactic Federation around just because I'm sure that's what they called themselves.
So when Corey brought this to my attention this morning, I reminded him this is not the first senior government official to actually espouse such an idea or talk about such an idea. Paul Hellyer, who was he was Canadian, a Canadian politician, and I'm trying to remember he's a cabinet minister in the Canadian government, the Canadian Action Party, since the 60s and 70s has been saying, yes, we're in touch with them. He went to a dedication of a space UFO landing site in Alberta.
Like you do.
So why would government officials, briefed at the highest levels, come out and say stuff like there's a Galactic Federation? What do you got there?
Roberts lived a normal life teaching technology at an Ontario college, but he always felt something was off.
I had an experience which I felt was
This
not
is
a
supposed to be
dream.
about that Paul
It's
Hellyer guy.
unusual.
This
The
is even
truth, as
better.
they say in the UFO world, is out there, but maybe it was in him.
Being observed and tested.
He was introduced to
Wow.
Leslie Mitchell.
This was
Clark,
not what I
a
intended.
Therapist who specializes in experiencers, which is the new term for alien abductees.
Oh,
So what I
pumpkins.
believe that I did in his case is initially I regressed
Light
him
work
to the
hypnosis.
first
I'm
point
so sorry. Fuck you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Denied.
Okay.
I mean, like, this is like one step away from mediums, and almost nothing pisses me off more than that. That isn't, Trump or Trump related. Because it's just like you're a lying sack of shit that reads people and plays off their pain. And that's all I have to say about that. Yeah. So anyway, a Canadian official actually thought there was aliens as well.
Ooh, right in the Netanyahu.
Right in the Netanyahu. That's pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Okay, well,
Anyway,
when we
I
were
happy
having
with
this
that.
conversation before the show, like the pre-show, which is often better than the real show. Sorry, guys. What we were talking about was why. What would be the purpose? Because I said during the Cold War we did this. We spoofed the Russians with information that we were working diligently and had people that could project themselves into other places as spies to make them spend money on projects that were futile. That was one of the things we did to run the Soviet Union broke. Was tell them we had programs in place that weren't really operational. So why would you do this? Why would you suddenly come out, Israeli Space Directorate, former leader, and say, yes, there is a galactic, and Corey hit on probably the best reason. It's not like we're trying to convince the Russians anymore that there is a space directorate that they're not in touch with. I mean, a Galactic Federation, but it would be to seek out and identify vulnerable people that you could launch other misinformation campaigns on.
Yeah, I mean, if you
Like anybody that shares that story gets on
Yeah.
a list of people to feed information about microchips
Anything.
and COVID vaccines.
exactly.
yeah.
Right. Like your disinformation campaigns only work on a particular kind of person. And sadly, there is a huge Venn diagram that has way too many people from the left on it. Anti-vaxxers, I'm looking at you. You're looking at who can be gamed. You want to talk about fucking light work hypnotherapy? Look no further. Because this is just governments doing it.
Aunt Gail, who's probably the most knowledgeable person in our whole comment list about this, says trance work or hypnosis can be very effective, but there's far too much recalling false memories with people who don't really know what they were doing.
Yeah.
That is true.
100%.
And I've had experienced victims of sexual violence as children who have had very good results using hypnosis to recall those things, but it has to be done under really strict condition.
Yeah.
And it's
Well, and
very
it's-
easy it's very easy
Yeah.
for the hypnotist to even inadvertently lead
implant.
lead the
Yeah.
person to memories. So
Well, and it wasn't the hypnosis that triggered me; it was the light work. Because
right.
you know,
Aliens have been here for a while now. That's how we got Velcro and 5G.
well, everyone knows that.
Listen,
I do have to say, go ahead.
there's a really great debunking book by a guy named John Alexander, PhD. John was a defense procurement black ops guy for 40 years in federal government, and he debunks a whole bunch of this in his book, including the story of Philip Corso, who's the guy that says we reverse engineered stuff from Roswell to get computer chips and miniaturization and all those other things. And what Alexander will show you in graph form is that there is an actual sloping line of technical prowess that we did those things ourselves. Night vision scopes did not come from the corneas of the aliens from Roswell. There's you can actually see the development path of those things. There would have been cliff-like jumps in our ability during that time frame, and there just weren't. That's not a thing that happened. So that's been pretty well debunked by a guy who was actually in the field. The other thing I love about him is he ended up having dinners with people that are sort of the best minds of that time, including Teller and the other nuclear development scientists. And he asked everybody, "Hey, did you ever see any stories about aliens or UFOs, or did you ever see wrecked?" And he never got an answer from anybody that indicated that they had had that experience. So yes, he believes unknown aerial phenomena are real and unexplained, but no, he does not believe that the reptilians have dug millions of miles of tunnels through the earth and have underground bases. So I like that book.
So some enterprising nerd created a Twitter account that is letting everyone know that because of this guy telling everyone that they're real, they're going to actually start
Oh, is that
inviting,
what
inviting a few people of high moral caliber into the know, as it were. And you go there, and it's like an instantaneous like this and get entered to win meeting the Galactic Empire. Retweet it for 2 more entries. I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it. It's well done. It's well done. Yeah, I've been seeing more of this the birds aren't real meme. If it flies, it spies.
Yeah.
They're dorks. But I kind of like that one.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Somebody made a new Schipul meme. It's Lewis that makes the really good art, but I don't know where he's from, but English is like his 14th language or something. But he took one look at Schipul culture and made a meme. It's like that bro dude is like coming through the door. He's like, I see you have some Schipul in your wallet. May I have some shill? That's it. It's the whole meme. I'm like, so literal, but all my friends are Schipul too.
I hate the birds aren't real thing. Why? It's sarcastic.
I mean, how many people believe it now?
Okay, it's making fun of anti-science.
Yeah.
It's like me saying Sasquatch is real.
Well, the thing is, and this is something that we should probably consider, how much damage are we doing? Because it's not zero. Somebody's like a large percentage. People think the earth is flat now because some scientists made a joke like, ha, you could see the horizon now, earth is flat. And like as a joke, he said it sarcastically. And now we have basketball players fucking coming out going like, I don't know if it's fucking round.
If sarcasm is no longer fair game, I'm just going to yeet myself off the edge of the flat earth. Okay. Sorry, but sarcasm is.
I'm just saying, like,
how you deal with that.
We should absolutely be just happy with doing whatever we want to do, but understand the cause.
This would be hilarious, except this is true. Oh wait, that's not the one. I love it because I hate birds.
Fuck you, birds.
She does not like birds.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah. Birds are delicious, though. We're waiting for Zephyr Cochrane. Ha! That's a pretty good reference right there. Yeah. I know 2 people who've fallen into the flat earth thing. I wish they'd fall off the flat earth
right?
thing. Yeah.
Just go find the edge and like.
Yeah, that's right. This is the proof right here. We know that the earth isn't flat because if it was, that's what pushed everything off the edge by now. That's right. Really big cats. Really big cats. No, I'm fine with people believing the Earth is flat. I know who to avoid at cocktail parties.
Well, this is the thing. Like, you want to identify the real fucking dummies to send misinformation to?
There you go. There you go. So we were going to talk a little more about the Rebecca Jones thing. For those of you that don't know who Rebecca Jones is, I'm going to link the wiki because that's always a good starting point. You shouldn't base all of your thought on wiki, but it's a good starting point. And what I like about this is she is a geographer by training. That's her scientific specialty. And basically using geographic information sciences for the Florida Department of Health, where she assisted in creation of a geospatial presentation for Hurricane Michael and participated in tracking COVID-19 pandemic in Florida. Cum laude graduate from Newhouse School of Public Communication and the Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs at Syracuse University with a dual degree in earth science and journalism. She received a dual master's in geography and mass comm at Louisiana State University. So not a dummy. Her dissertation was titled "Using Native American Sitescapes to Extend the North American Paleotempestological Record Through Coupled Remote Sensing and Climatological Analysis." Holy crap. Right. So what happened here was she was using geographical data to track COVID numbers, and she was doing such a good job that Governor DeSantis fired her for really no good reason. And she immediately started up an alternative dashboard, which we used for several months early in the pandemic to give us some more accurate numbers. Some of the discrepancies, I'll give you for instance, if you died in Florida, without having had a COVID test, you did not die of COVID on the official website. That means probably 6,000 or 7,000 more people have died than are counted. That's not okay, right? There are pathological means to do a COVID test after someone's dead, but they didn't allow them to do that either. So what she was saying was that they were shading the data right away. She was fired for it. She started this alternative tracking website and has been harassed and troubled ever since. Essentially, what's at stake here in this story, as far as what she got arrested for, was someone, and there is no direct evidence that it was her, sent a message to other data scientists in Florida, urging them to do the right thing, to speak out, to tell the truth about what was happening. And she was arrested yesterday. A warrant was served at her house yesterday. She wasn't arrested for sending that message. They can't prove she sent the message. Right? There is no proof. She says she did not even have access to the system that message was posted on at the time it was posted. So somebody in the data and science community in the state of Florida did that. So they served a warrant at her house yesterday and pointed guns at her husband and children and her. This is not okay. Look, what are we saying? It's such a heinous crime to tell people to tell the truth that we have to intimidate you by pointing guns at you in your home. None of this is okay. It's getting national attention now. Furthermore, the judge that signed off on the warrant was a civil lawyer who was appointed by DeSantis less than a month ago. All of this smells to high heaven, like DeSantis trying to get even with her for telling a different story about COVID in Florida than was being told officially. And there's lots of stories out now about others who know that the governor of Florida has been and continues to shade the truth and fucking kill people. Let's be honest here. By not espousing the line that the shutdowns were good, masks help, this governor's killing people, vulnerable people in their 80s and 90s in nursing homes. This is not okay. There you go. Yeah, as Casey says, the problem with accusing Rebecca Jones of sending the message is this: the password and username for the entire system was the same for everyone. So why did they not arrest everyone or serve a warrant at everyone's house with guns pointed at them that had could have potentially sent that message? They singled her out because she's been outspoken and an advocate for truth telling in the government. She's a whistleblower, and she's being threatened literally at gunpoint for being that. This is not okay. And we have our shot at Ron DeSantis in 2022, and y'all better be out knocking doors and making phone calls because we need to get rid of that guy.
A lot.
Yeah. Oh dear Lord. Speaking of flat earth dummies, Speaking of COVID, friends in Alabama report deliberately not getting their sick children tested for COVID because they don't want the adult cell phone data tracked. Wow.
Did you catch any of Rachel last night or this morning on the podcast?
I did.
That the British coverage of the vaccinations is so clutch, and it's just like they see, I think culturally, it's the same Canada, right? Like we see healthcare, and there are outliers, and like seriously, Alberta, go fuck yourself. But we see it as a thing that we're doing together, right? Like it is a healthcare is a community effort. We're sort of like you sort of grow up with that sense, right?
Right.
And I think that's what explains the way that, just the way that they're doing that rollout there, right? Like this is what we're doing. Like, are there going to be people in England that are all like, oh, vaccinations, blah, blah, blah? Of course, it's going to be way fewer than here. Like here, like American individuality presents itself as a mental illness when there's a pandemic, or when there's anything that requires more than figuring out if 2 + 2 = 4.
Right.
I don't know. Like it just the one that I was the second or third, like an older man who got vaccinated, and he was saying like, it's been really rough. I went through all the way through World War II, but I had to go through this, and it was the worst time ever because my wife died in my arms of COVID. Like fucking.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Okay,
here
go
it's
back
going to
to
be a
this.
shit show. Like it's going to be a colossal fucking shit show here. Sorry.
Oh yeah, imagine during World War II, when they had blackouts in England because the Germans were bombing the shit out of it and killed 40,000 civilians, saying, I know my rights. I'm keeping my lights on. You can't tell me what to do. That's essentially what you're doing when you're talking about not wearing a mask and getting vaccinated.
Right. And they
You're
would beat the
killing
crap
other
out of you,
people.
and they'd be in the right.
Yeah. Corielco, they said they tracked her IP. Casey Marion. Evidently, the IP was the system with the common password and username. So they didn't track her IP. They tracked the IP of the system. So it could have been anybody that had access to that password and username. Why did they say Laura?
Which was everyone.
Right. Oof.
Oh, geez, Treen. That's freaking
Wow.
terrible. Ay.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember a half hour ago when we were like, ha 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 ha.
Somebody accused us of having a much lighter mood. Yeah, that was a fun 20 minutes. Well, like what we can't ever do again. What we can't ever do again is say we've defeated Nazism.
Yeah.
All right. We can't ever say again we've defeated fascism because it just goes to sleep and we ignore it. We kick it down the road and it comes back. So somebody has to be mouthy and mean and belligerent and get called names whenever it rears its ugly fucking head. And I'm going to be that guy. That's just who I'm going to be for the rest of my life. No, what you're doing is exactly what Mussolini and Hitler did. Shut the fuck up. Sit the fuck down. You're just over dramatic bullshit. This is really what's happening. I mean, trying to reinstate firing squads on the way out of office.
Yeah, that's some dark shit.
Who are you playing to? You're playing to people that sit at the bar and get around. I think they should take them all out the fucking street and shoot them. That's who you're playing to. And that's not okay. And I will spend the rest of my life challenging people directly that say such things. So, if we live that long, because of COVID.
Yeah,
I can relate to that.
Yeah, 100% serious. I love it when I realize I've forgotten COVID exists for 5 minutes, like getting really into a song or some food because the weight of COVID is on me all the time. Yeah, I don't notice that it's there until I notice that it's not there for a brief second. So I totally agree. Then you're like, wait a minute, like I don't have to be like low level fucking freaked out right now.
So we all know it's real. We're all doing what we can to be safe, right? We're wearing masks. I think we're all in agreement that we're going to get the vaccine the minute it becomes available to us. So we know we're doing what we can. All right. So Corey, what are you going to do today to take your mind and the mind of your loved ones off of this? To enjoy your life today. What are you going to do to enjoy your life today?
I mean,
whoop, he froze.
To enjoy my life, like am I still frozen?
Yeah, you're back now.
Check it.
You're let us think, but you're back now.
Checkity. This is what I'm gonna do. Check it. Oh, sorry. I've almost had enough coffee today. I mean, I've been getting into like one of those decently productive, like getting some shit done for Chirp channel owners, and getting more tokens, and doing some work with Uplift, and anything that I can do to earn any kind of cryptocurrency now before things get really crazy gives me that much more of a tiny probability uptick that I can just tell Babs she doesn't have to go to work. She doesn't want to. So that's like,
Nice.
It's very distracting for me when I can get into those high productivity modes, and it's fun, right? Now, is that like super good for my whole family? No, I need to reach out to my brother today. Apparently he's like selling his old house, and that's pretty cool. So I haven't talked to him. Michelle keeps busting my balls for not actually talking to him because I get rather focused apparently on what is directly in front of me. So that's a good idea, though. Everyone else should come up with a better answer than I just gave. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
Although
I have no doubt that everybody could. I'm making a big batch of ham and potato soup today.
All right.
Soup for my family. Fighting fascism by making soup for my family.
Fair enough.
That's what I'm doing. I don't mean that I want us all to ignore the reality. What I mean is, let's give ourselves a mental break. Let's find ways to, like, I'll go look outside my house today, and there are squirrels cavorting in my backyard. Yeah. And the sun is shining, and I have cool Papa Bear slippers. There are some things in my life that are good. So it's easy to get sucked into the vortex of horror that is around us. And I think we should give ourselves a break from that sometimes. So that's my plan.
Yeah, 100%. And I think people are getting some good ideas about that too. So that's cool.
Yeah, same case in here. Plant a few veggie seeds for my indoor winter garden and tend my plants.
I mean,
good stuff.
I mean,
Rob's got the best plan. Wife's first day off in 5 days, and she works, by the way, with COVID people in the hospital. We're gonna have a fire and enjoy some hot cocoa tonight to help her relax. She only has 2 days off, where she goes back in for another 6 in a row. There you go. Yeah, so let's go do that. And I'm ready to wrap up early, by the way, and go make some soup. I might even go completely crazy and make a mocha coffee chocolate tort cake today with cream cheese frosting.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's probably what I'm going to do. All right, ready to get out of here?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Yesterday, I made chili for my family, and my husband described it like a butthole, spicy and earthy.
What?
Your family's very weird, Ginny.
That is strange.
I love you.
I mean, okay, I guess that's a thing that could happen. All right, yeah. I'm gonna maybe do nothing for a bit. I've been up working on shit since like 5 o'clock this morning. So like, maybe I could just be like, I'm gonna do nothing for a bit now.
I want to play Minecraft, but I just keep finding boxes that have to be unpacked, not getting to it.
If you hop in game, let me know, and maybe I'll hop in game with you and try and finish a couple rows. Because like rows take like 15 to 20 minutes to do, and there's so many of them.
Yeah, but they'll take less and less time as you get closer.
You'd think that, but the ones down below you can lay them much quicker because they're like in lines. And now I have to make them corner to corner. So I have to put a block, place a block, cut the block out, put a block, place a block, cut the block out to get them to be kitty corner or whatever,
Right.
That takes time.
Oh my goodness. All right. Ginny Rippert is building a house in Minecraft with her son. They're building a pretty cool play. I haven't gone and seen it. So I just want to go around and see what everybody else is doing.
Right. Yeah. Wood just said, and this is perfect, economy. I think 3 unpacked boxes equals some Minecraft.
Hey. Shit, I think I can do that.
Booyah.
Right. We love you guys very much. And we're back on, what's today? We're back on Friday. It's been a week. I've been in my new house a week today.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. And so we'll be back on Friday with more stuff. I'm hoping Corey will notify me if it looks like SpaceX is going to launch the BFR thing today to 12
Yeah, I
kilometers.
don't know. We don't know what they had to fix, but that it did get scrubbed at T minus 1.3 seconds. So basically, one of the Raptors failed to ignite, and it automatically cut itself off, which is sort of incredible.
Yeah.
Scrub better than RUD.
What is RUD?
Rapid unplanned deconstruction.
Fubar.
I wish I'd come up with that, but yeah.
After which the rocket is FUBAR. Fucked up
Yes.
beyond all recognition.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. All right, guys. We'll see you Friday for another coffee. Don't forget, we would love for you to join us for our Sunday Church of Reason service that we do every week. You can join us in the game if you go and get the Minecraft Java edition, which will cost you only $25. And we'd love to have you on the server and learn how to do stuff in Minecraft. Sue is doing that. Jenny's doing that. Lots of people are. Laugh Track, my roommate, is doing that. She's busy, by the way, mining out a whole bunch of shit underneath everything we've been doing. She's down there making mining tunnels. So, yeah, today's goal: don't RUD.
No RUD. RUD bad.
All
RUD
right, guys.
bad.
Have a great day. Yeah. Well, yes.
So you could say the thing, which
Oh.
honestly, like, I need a clip of you saying the thing so I could put it at the end of the video. So then it's just like, oh yeah, dun,
Yeah.
and then it's over.
So the Galactic Confederation and Sasquatch are real.
So I've been a musician for a long time.
I'm on the bubble on the
And it, it was through doing Chirpcast and, interviewed him about this music NFT thing. And he sent me over some tracks and I literally just kind of fiddled around with it. M Blue's stupid good at producing. It's ridiculous. I just sent him like the equivalent of somebody just doing a doodle. And he turned that into what you guys were just listening to.
I'm on the bubble on the
So head on over to uplift.art, purchase your crates, and get in before the sale ends December 6th.
You make me complete. Yeah, nobody like you. No better virtues or ways you can prove. There's no tension inside us. There's no way that this pattern could do any harm. Here with you. Here with you, there's no way I'm this lucky. Nobody like you. It's so hard to write songs about contempt and virtues or ways you could improve. It's a warm afternoon. I kiss you good morning. The dogs are asleep. They sigh and pull me close. I will know that I adore you. Make me come to you. Yeah, and I love you. Yeah. You make me complete. There's nobody like you. No greater virtues or ways you can prove. There's no kiss you good morning, do any harm. You sigh and pull me close, I will always protect you, yeah. You will laugh, there's no way I'm this lucky. The road so may be long, songs about contending and how long is enough. They don't know that I adore you, but I need to repeat. Yeah, I love you. You make me complete. Yeah. afternoon. The dogs are asleep. You know that I adore you, but I need you repeat. Yeah, that I love you.